Everyone, this is the Joba Joe, and you're watching another episode of Suya on this vlogger. And in this episode, we will be proclaiming another winner for the Mobile Photography Philippines Subject of the Week Challenge. We had self-portrait as a theme for this week, and this was decided by our chairman for the challenge, Mr. Freeman Torch. Alright? And for the week, we were able to receive 80 overwhelming entries from mobile photographers all over the country. Alright, so we have entries from Cebu, some were from Luzon, some were from Bacolod, there's Zamboanga, Cavite, Quezon, and Davao, to name a few. So let me just go ahead and show you some of the most interesting photos in the entry pool. Alright, let us first start off with entry number, hold on, let me take a look at this. It's entry number 81, and this was submitted by Alci Ilo Acompañado Pernetes Polakit Andres. That's a very long name. Alright, so the title is So Hot, and So Hot Need a Break. This photo was taken using an LG G4, and this was shot in Bye Bye Leyte. The app used here was Toolwiz, or Toolwiz. That's how you say it, Toolwiz. Alright, so here is that photo. It's an inverted picture of a female wearing shades. Alright, so let's move on to the next notable entries of the 81 self-portraits submitted for this week. Now this one was submitted by Ashley Cabral, and this is entry number 44. The title is Punk's Not Dead. Alright, and there's a says here, thanks to my model Lihabi. Alright, so yes, the model happens to be her husband. She calls him Lihabi. Right, and the phone used here is iPhone 6s Plus. This was taken in Barangay Bahay, Toro, Quezon City. Snapseed was the editing app used for this entry. Alright, there you see it, ladies and gentlemen. Punk's Not Dead. Cool. And it has a watermark hashtag. This is a photo from Project Red Eye. I don't know what that is, but it's on the photo. Okay. So next, moving on to the next notable few of the 81 self-portraits submitted for this challenge. This one is a personal favorite. This is submitted by Jack. Entry number 42. Alright, and the title is Nabbed. Oppo F1S is the phone used, and this was shot in Makati City, Philippines. And the editing app uses Snapseed, right? Which is created by Google. So you see here, I'm not sure if this is Jack, but very appropriate model. Ang gulo-gulo ng buhay. It's Malfofi Department. Number W4, I don't know what that stands for, but shows here. The case is shooting people for fun. And shooting means photography. So it's playing safe. There's a sort of like a disclaimer underneath here, if you notice it. Alright, very creative shot from Jack of Makati City. Now another creative photo is submitted by someone from Cebu City, and the title is GGB Gulugulong Buhay by Ms. K. Alpha Farah. And this photo is entry number 39. Right? What was used is Huawei P9. The editing app is built-in device filter, and there was a little bit of Snapseed and Photoshop, and there's a note here that says, "This is me when work overruns my life." So this is again another creative shot from Miss K Alpha Flower. Pretty much describes, when you say self-portrait, it should be an image that describes who you are and what you are, right? It shows here on this photo that there are post-it notes that says email copies, make reports, please call, this and that. So yeah, considering that she, I think, is working in a corporate organization, and this pretty much describes what K Alpha Farah is in real life. Alright, moving on to the next notable few, we have an entry from Dumaguete City, Philippines, and this one was submitted by Ruskin Monofolio. And the title of this entry is Ang Babae sa Bintana. And what was used is a Huawei P9 as the phone, and Snapseed was the editing app used. There's here, beautiful model, pondering onto something, and then there's Bintana in the background. Alright. Okay, and this one garnered about a few interesting comments from our moderators. Alright, so moving on to the next notable few of the 81 self-portraits submitted by members of Mobile Photography Philippines. We have another entry from Quezon City, and this one was submitted by Ronald Quinones. And the title of this entry is self-portrait. Alright, how can we go wrong, right? The being a self-portrait, and the title of this photo is also self-portrait. Yeah, I think it's headed towards that direction. Okay. Alright, shows here that the phone uses Vivo Y51 and it's PixArt. Okay, shows you this photo of him. Right? Okay, so now without further ado, let me go ahead and present to you the top 5 photos of this week. But before that, let me explain how we in Mobile Photography Philippines go about selecting the top 5 of every week's challenge. Alright, so firstly, we select at random 3 judges, 3 members to play or to act as a guest judge for the week, and we have 2 judges who are the regular judges for every challenge every week, and these are people who are technically adept to rate and grade photography entries, right? So for this week, we've rounded up 81 entries, and these were judged by 5 people. Okay, and we would require the 5 judges to submit their top 5 nominations out of that 81 entries. And the top 5 nominations, we will tabulate them and pool them, and we will rank all of them to find out which one garners the most votes from all the judges. Okay, so we pick the top 5 photos that has the most votes or most nominations from the judges, and then we rate them individually to rank them from the first photo down to the 5th photo. Alright, so there are individual scorecards, and these scorecards are further graded in different criterion. Alright, so let me just go over them. These are the criterion. For 20%, there's choice of subject in relation to the weekly theme. So this is your relevance to theme. Content factor, the criterion is relevance to theme. Okay, so that's very important. If you see a self-portrait, well, I unfortunately, you can shoot other people because it's self-portrait. It should be you. And as I have explained to the judges, this criterion is very significant for this week's subject of the week theme. Alright, so the next criterion is use of light. So this is the use of natural and artificial light, placement of shadows, and contrast. This accounts for 10% in the criteria. Another criterion is choice of perspective. So this is viewer positioning, complexity of the shot. So this is where you stand up in a scene and place your viewers. This is where you take your photos. So that accounts for another 10% of the total criteria. Now another criterion under content factor is composition, which is framing, foreground, background integration, photography rules of composition apply. This is again 10%. Now we have another set of criteria which is under wow factor. Now wow factor 1 is about the entry being a very special, unique, and repeatable moment. Then that accounts for 10%. And wow factor 2, that is outstanding creativity and storytelling. That accounts for 20%. And wow factor 3, this is social engagement. Okay, this is where we factor in posts, likes, shares, and comments from the viewers. And overall, that accounts for 100%. Alright, so we would get the individual scorecards from the judges, and we tabulate them, average the scores per entry, and that's where we rank them according to the grade that each entry will get. Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, we'll start off with, this is supposed to be the top 5 photos of the week, right? Unfortunately, on the 5 that got shortlisted as the top most beautiful photos, appropriate photos for the subject of the week, one of them made it. However, though, it was pointed out by the judges that this one has gone beyond mobile photography. So probably because of the editing, it has gone beyond the normal average editing for a photo, wherein you boost the colors, you crop the photo. Yeah, so these are just the regular edits, but this one amounted to really photo manipulation. And if it's photo manipulation, there's a thin line between photography and digital art. So photo manipulation is like where you actually change elements of the photo, like for example the background, or additive editing, like you add something that was not there when you took the photo. For example, you put in a power effect or some orb or another person. So those would be considered as photo manipulation. Alright, so that is, but let me just name that entry here. That would be entry, okay, hold on, that's entry number 17, okay? So it made to the topmost photo of the week. Unfortunately, that one got disqualified, considering that it went beyond the regular, or what is acceptable in terms of photo editing. It will show you that photo wherein there's a guy and he's covering his face, but the face, the hands were see-through. You can see his face even if his hands were covering it. So that was submitted by Reels Pagaran and the title is Hiya. This entry came all the way from Pasig City. The phone used was Oppo Neo 5, and the editing app is Mix. All right, okay, and the top 4 is an entry from Joseph Pepito, and that is entry number 69. The title is I Live the Best of Both Worlds. I live the best of both worlds. Alright, so it's probably the photographer, the author of this concept, is probably referring to the dark and the light worlds. So here, what was used is Asus Zenfone Max, and it's the front cam, by the way. I would imagine that most photos were taken using the front cam, being that this is a self-portrait, or yeah, maybe the rear cam if you ask someone to take a photo of you. It doesn't matter as long as whoever is the photographer should be the person in front, right? So here, this is entry came all the way from Caloocan City, and what was used is VSCO as the editing app. All right, now let's move on to entry. The top three photo of this week, and this is entry number 1. Okay, personal favorite, and a lot of people thought that this was gonna win it. So it's here. This was submitted by Ram Miranda from Cavite, Philippines, and the title is Protection. And the phone used is LG F350L, and the editing app was Snapseed. All right. Okay, let's give the entry a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And now moving on to the second topmost entry of the week. We have entry number 28. And that is from Mr. Blake Das McKenzie. The title is Gag Order. Talk to the shirt. Alright, and this is Asus Zenfone 3. And the editing app used is Snapseed. Right, again, this is from Blake Das McKenzie. That's his Facebook account. But shows here, if you want to get his services, shows here as his watermark or logo. The name is the real name, probably. I'm not sure which one is, but this one says Brian Abad Mobile Photography. All right. Okay, now we have the top most photo of the week. And before I announce that, again, the theme for this week is self-portrait. This is a decision made by the challenge chairman, Mr. Freeman Torch. So, yeah, and we sent this one out kind of like short of time. That was a Thursday last week, but we thought we would get a few entries considering the time element. It was nearing the deadline, but to our amazement and surprise, we rounded up 81 photos in total. All right, now before we announce the winner for the subject of the week, photo challenge of the Mobile Photography Philippines, let me just go ahead and show you some thoughts from our judges. Here they are.
So ayun. Hello, good day everyone. My name is Giancarlo Satinyaman from RTU, proud member of Mobile Photography Philippines. Here is the top reason why I say that entry number 63 is the best photo of the week, with a theme of self-portrait. So yun. Number 1, I really love the concept of connecting the art into photography, since photography is one of the kind of arts. So yun, yung concept niya kasi or yung idea niya nung paglalagay ng portrait dun sa photos niya. Next is yung lightnings and right timing nung pag-take niya ng photos niya, then yung pag-sketch niya dun sa sarili niya. Then next is yung story behind dun sa photos, then yung reaction nung mga people or yung mga part ng group natin. So, yun, wag kayong titigil na mag-take ng risk sa pag-take ng photos, then more ideas and imagination na pagaganahin. Thank you very much and congratulations again to entry number 63.
Hello everyone, hi, I'm Mike Swico from Baguio, a proud member of Mobile Photography Philippines. Here is why I say entry number 63 is the best photo of the week, which is a self-portrait challenge. Number 1, imagination and creativity. Hindi simply yung ginawa niya for the fact na incorporate niya yung art sa mismong art, which is photography. at bihira lang ang gumagawa nun. Number 2, execution. Nandyan na yung idea, creative portrait. It all depends on how you execute. Given her imagination and creativity, hindi na siya nahirapan. Number 3, impact. Give the audience reaction na express mabuti yung story behind the portrait, and I think the audience notice it right away. A portrait is not made in the camera, but on the other side of it. And once again, to entry number 63, congratulations and more power.
Hi guys, ako po si Blake Dash Mackenzie, and ako po ay proud member ng Mobile Photography Philippines. And for me, entry number 63 is one of the best photos for the team, weekly team self-portrait. Unang-una is dahil sa originality, and then second is creativity. 3 is the feeling sa enthusiasm na ipinakita niya dun sa self-portrait niya. Yung sa sketch na ginawa niya, hindi basta-basta mag-drawing. Sa unang tingin, akala ko application siya na ginamit. And then when I realized, I looked into it, hindi pala siya talaga application. It's really a sketch. Dinrawing niya talaga yung sarili niya. And then kuha yung pagkakangiti niya doon sa picture niya talaga. So, para sa akin, napakaganda na idea, yung originality at saka yung pagiging creative niya. My message to all the members, gawin niyo lang yung kung ano yung gusto niyong gawin pagdating sa photography. Magaling tayong lahat, and then we can always share kung ano yung mga nalalaman natin sa ibang mga members, and laging maging enthusiastic sa pagdating sa photography. Kung yan talaga ang gusto nyo, then go for it. We're here para suportahan ang bawat isang membro. Salamat at magandang gabi guys. You rock!
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our 3 judges, guest judges for this challenge, and that's Arnie Dumoran, and we have Blake Mackenzie, we have Mike Suico, and another judge is John Carlo. All right, so we hear their points of view, and I so agree with how they have rated the photo, and definitely there's no arguing. This is indeed the best photo for this theme, the most relevant and the most appropriate photo, I say. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the best photo of the week is this one. I gotta tell you, it's from, again, winning this week's challenge is Rosemary Liwanag Erese. This is entry number 63, and the title is Half Sketch. Now let's give Rosemary Liwanag Erese a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second time that she has won the Subject of the Week challenge. Now the phone used is Nokia N8, and this is an entry from Caloocan City. So look at the entry, guys. Do you think this is something that is worth the title Subject of the Week under the theme Self-Portrait? Okay, and some of you may be interested in how she did the production to come up with this photo. Now let's go ahead and hear Miss Rosemary Liwanag Erese as she explains the challenges she had to encounter, she had to go through to come up with this winning photo. Here she is.
Mabuhay ka, MPP. Hi, Rose Erese. Sinwerte na naman na napasama sa top 5 ng Subject of the Week. sa Mobile Photography Philippines. Kaya thank you ulit sa judges at saka sa lahat ng nag-like, nag-comment at nag-react dun sa aking entry. Maraming salamat. And special thanks kay Chairman Freeman Project dahil doon sa naisip niyang theme para sa subject of the week ng self-portrait. Kasi I get to show you what I do. And that is, I do sketches, I do drawings. Kaya, for my entry, I sketched half of my face. Yan. Sa pag-aakalang madali lang yung gagawin ko, it turned out, ang hirap pala kasi papel nga siya. So, ang tendency niya, habang hawak ko siya sa isang kamay, and hawak ko naman sa kabilang kamay ng aking trusty old Nokia, ito ang drama niya. Yan, ganyan, lilipat, tapos, hindi ko pa siya maaninag, kaya hindi eksakto lagi yung kuha ko. So, what I did was, I stood in front of that salamin, natansya ko siya, and I clicked away. I got a couple of good shots, and isa sa kanila, ginawa kong entry para sa subject of the week. And sinuwerte, nanalo ulit. Second time. Kaya thank you. And at dahil hindi ko talaga in-expect na ako na naman yung mananalo, wala akong maisip na team. So I asked a friend, and he was kind enough to help me choose. And ang magiging fifth subject of the week natin ay ray of light. Sinag ng araw or any ray of light siguro, basta maganda yung dating. Kaya join kayo. Kaya pati new members, join kayo. Masaya dito. Promise. At good luck sa inyong lahat. Thank you again. Mabuhay Mobile Photography Philippines. Bye-bye.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, and that is again Miss Rosemary Arese for the top photo of the subject of the week challenge. All right, so you've also seen the topmost photos of this week for the theme self-portrait, and I hope you guys will take part on our next challenge. Miss Rosemary Arese has just announced that on her video. That would be the ray of light. So any photo, any mobile photography that has the ray of light is eligible or qualified to become an entry for next week. Alright, so again, guys, this is Joba Joe, and that's about it for this week's subject of the week challenge. And I'd like to greet all the members of Mobile Photography Philippines, and you do have a great time. Keep shooting, folks.